the question. What would have to happen for you as just a person, individual, whatever, or a collective, a group, or whatever, for you to really stand up for some shit that you think is wrong? Would it have to happen to your family that affects you directly? Or some shit that's just as is wrong and on every fucking level? Like, I think people who are pedophiles, rapists, and traffickers, especially if you got all the evidence that these persons have done this, there's no reason to send them to jail or anything like that or try to rehabilitate them. They should die like ASAP. There's no room on the planet for these type of people. So with everything that's going on, and I know a lot of people don't pay attention to this, but you're gonna run to the polls and you're gonna vote. But have you all ever just thought about voting and how that shit works? So lawmakers, and that's all, really everything that's done in the world, and especially America, is based around law, where this law will allow you to get away with something, while this law will they can make amendments to the law or whatever. So whatever they do, they can claim and deem that it's acceptable because of law. So that's how cops can get away with killing unarmed black people or whatever because of these laws. And the question to citizens are that and if you look even on the news like CNN and stuff like that, most of every person who are a big part of the government all went to law schools. They all are lawyers. So that's why you got the Republicans and the Democrats. When shit happen, either one side is defended and the other side is the PA. So they basically, what you're watching on TV, you're watching people debate law. That's all it is. You are the prosecutor and the defense attorneys, whether you're going to be a Republican or a Democrat. When issues come up and you see, that's all it is. You're watching the fucking court session. So they come up with these laws. They don't really ask us about anything. And then they give you all these narratives so you can vote for these laws, or vote for whatever party that put these laws into place, but they don't even show you all the other underlying shit that goes into passing these bills. And when they pass these bills, there's other shit that's on there that allows them to do what they do. Like this whole thing with Israel. There's oil. And you all are paying attention, but it's been fine. But I knew that. There's oil underneath there. And this is the chance for the United States to have a state in the Middle East and the other European countries with everything that's going on with China and stuff like that. They're using this whole thing about religion and Hamas and Iran as a cover-up to do what they're doing. If Iran has the fourth largest and most up-to-date defense in the world, how is it possible for a small group of quote unquote terrorists to cross over and catch them off guard? No, this is the setup to do what the fuck they're doing. Now, when all this stuff comes to an end or whatever, if you and I are still here, pay attention to what happens in Israel and the stuff that goes on in the world with that whole situation with God, because they're not stopping. They're bombing hospitals and all this other shit. And again, America doesn't help anyone do anything if they're not benefiting from it. So the question is just to citizens: why have you all ever thought about just not voting as a whole? Like, and as many people as we can to go out and just not vote, and let's just see what happens. Because I bet your bottom dollar, if we band together and didn't vote, the same shit that does happen when we do vote, the same thing that will happen again. So it's time to like pull the wool over. It's like the Wizard of Oz. When you pull back the curtain, you see there's a motherfucker behind there, and it really ain't as powerful as he say he is or she is. But I know most people are not going to do that because we've been brainwashed to believe that voting is making a difference, and it's not. It doesn't even make sense because if you vote Republican or Democratic, that means half of the country or whatever percentage of the country is not getting. The country is not getting what they want. These people are on the same fucking side. And it's probably not going to happen in my lifetime. Probably not going to happen in the generation underneath me lifetime because we're too afraid to stand up for anything. And people think that we live in a democratic country, and we don't, because there's certain things if you say they can stop you from this and that. And I just still don't understand how people are overlooking that the whole thing when it comes to Jewish community and even with money and this and that. Look what they did to Kanye. But how can someone be worth $6 billion and the banks say that we're not messing with you anymore? Corporations pull, so it's all a facade. You can't do that. They did it's really baffling to me how we don't pay attention to shit that's important. And we'll rather want to know what's going on with P. Diddy. And that's the same thing. Here's another thing. The whole thing with P. Diddy and all this shit and him saw. Listen, everybody knew this information before 2024 was going on. You all do realize that, right? This ain't nothing new. African Americans got involved in entertainment. Where do you think they learned this behavior from? By taking advantage of women. You know Harvey Weinstein and all these people. Where do you think that when African Americans get involved in entertainment and this and then they take advantage of the artists and do all type of crazy shit to them and this, where do you think they learned that from? And this is not new information, but what you all failed to realize, you remember when Puffy came out and said that black people need to start taking control of the music industry and how they distribute their music and this and that. This is the backlash from that. Oh, are you trying to do your own thing now? Oh, we'll fix that. And that's exactly what this is. It's the same thing with people, they pay attention to this. Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish was the hottest thing going. Tiffany Haddish came and did a YouTube interview saying that she invested a lot of her money in Africa. And that's what a lot of other African Americans should do, or whatever, to buy land and this in Africa. And what happened, right? Well, you all didn't pay attention, but what happened, a month later? That whole thing with her and Ari Spears and doing this and do that. Again, this is how they cut you off. So when you go into the entertainment business or whatever, you gain any source of power, unless you go into it and do it legitimately, but you're partying with these people, they keep these receipts for you. Just when you want to get out of line, oh, I got something for that ass. Remember this shit? This is how it works. That's the whole thing with Epstein, Allen, and all that other shit. But they killed that motherfucker. That man didn't hang himself. He was finna out all the people that, everybody was over there on that fucking island. Trump was over there. Obama was over there. There was a bunch of people over there. And if we know what was going on over there, you should ask yourself, what the fuck was they doing over there? Right? So all this running out of the vote and all this other shit, the goal, let's not vote. And let's see what happens. Because they make up laws and they give you all these fake pretenses and stuff to say, oh, well, these are laws, and they give you all these reasons to vote for it, then we just go vote. How about we come up with the shit that we want as a collective? And this is what we want you all to do, or we won't vote for you all. You know what would happen to them niggas? Some people would be like, fuck y'all. Don't vote. We're going to do what the fuck we want to do. But we too pussy to even fathom doing something like that because we think we winning. And what black people and white people don't understand, that shit, racism is a tool used by the motherfucker Obama with them people. He ain't white. That shit is a tool to keep us where the fuck we are. And to keep them where the fuck they are. People in the government have invested in weaponry, defense, and all type of stuff because of what's going on. They're making money off this shit. And you're not. You don't give a fuck about them people over there. It's casualties of war. It's Rome, motherfucker. This is how you stay in power. The way Rome scared people is when they went and they was hanging people on crosses for 6,000 miles and let motherfuckers know when you fuck up, this is what we doing. It is better to be feared than love. Because love can go away, but if a motherfucker scared of you, and that's all we taught about, we think about it and we rip and rave about America is our fucking defense and our army. When we want some shit done, what do we go do? Go tearing shit up? But our day is coming. No empire lasts forever. And I really wonder what we would do if people came on American soil and do the shit that they doing in Gaza and what they did in Iraq and all these other countries. How would you feel?